know I was muted. Too many buttons to open. Got to open the Reaper before starting the stream. There we go. Now we should be good. Thank you for letting me know I was muted. It also reminded me that I need to start my Capture Age mouse cursor, which is such a random thing I need to do, but I gotta do it. Alright, so Otto didn't reply to my message. If someone wants to go to his stream and bug him if he wants to co-cast, let me know. Apparently this is supposed to be happening now. I don't... Doesn't show up in the actual tournament here because it's not a Wikipedia thing. Let me think. Rapture. Maybe I'm blind, but I'm literally not seeing it. I see a Silver League channel that no one has typed in. We'll find it though. Don't you worry, we'll find it. I need to use the browser to find the games. Auto stream, see if he actually is online. Thank you again, Magnet Mood, for letting me know I was muted. And it is good to know. Where are we at right now? Maybe 2CM, probably where I want to look. I have their draft. Oh, this might actually just be a best of 5 instead of a best of 7. They should do a best of 7 draft, right? See a best of 5. So happy that Andy is styling his name without capitals, so I'll do that. Same with Chancellor. Only one capital at the start of Happy that Andy. Alright. My admins to make sure we have the right draft set up. So I see a best of 5 draft, but I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a best of 7. You see they're playing on Toad IG though, so we're just gonna get into that and figure it out as we go, I guess. Pretty sure we had agreed that the semifinals here were best of 7. But anyway, we have a best of 5 draft, which is why I'm super confused. Let me update the scoreboard here. Yeah, best of 7, all right. Marito, yeah, we had a best of 5 map draft though, that I saw, unless I'm getting the wrong one. So for semifinals, best of 7. Otter might co-cast at some point. He wanted to do that, but I don't know if he's around now. Yeah, I saw him casting something else. So we're just gonna jump into this. And it'll be a game on Toad IG, where we have Chancellor as the blue Aztecs to the north, and Happy the Andy as the red Khmer to the south. Now, the Khmer, of course, can go for the Ballista Elephant cut in towards the Wonder. The Aztecs could go monks to defend that. I have seen Aztecs go for monk rushes on this map before. Should I be pingling them? Probably, yes. Because I didn't see them. Maybe I'm blind and you can tell me if I am, but I didn't see a scheduling thread for this in the Discord. I saw there was a general Silver League thread, but not for like the particular match or anything, so I don't know where the drafts or anything are. Yeah, so whatever happens, if it is yeah, definitely give them both a ping. Give them both a ping, because if we can find them now, yeah. Yeah, I think they did the wrong draft. Hope we had some spam in the Discord. Ducks got him. People are gonna think there's some Civ Builder events going on when there's not. Alright, we'll see if they check their DMs. If they don't, we'll just, I guess we keep going, and whoever wins this game, game 1 is Toad IG, and we'll do a draft for the remaining maps. I think that makes sense. Yeah, so here we'll have Castle Age on the way for both, slightly faster for the Khmer. The Scout looks like it took a bad fight against the Eagle in the Feudal Age, but did manage to get a Vil kill. So that's one Vil kill for Happy the Andy. So I missed that as we were trying to figure stuff out. And yeah, we have Barracks coming up here. We're gonna change low as he comes forward. Is this Happy the Andy, the cousin of freaking Andy? I think they are different people. I don't think that they are related. Somewhere stillness. I think they are indeed different. And oh, look at this, Chancellor doing his houses and outpost outside of the Wonder. He is prepared for that Khmer Ballista Elephant cut. I don't know if you can ever truly be prepared for it, but at least he is aware of the possibility and scouting for it. I have a stable and a monastery from Happy the Andy, and he looks like he's going to push forward with some scouts. I don't think he's the cousin of freaking Andy, but he's going to push forward. And Genoese Crossbowman, hello, 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 how are you doing? Is this Defend the Wonder? Yes, indeed it is. It is Defend the Wonder. It is sudden death, where the Wonder is the object that must survive. So Castle Age Eagles are quite scary. Against the Light Cav, the Eagles usually do win. It depends on cost and matchup, though. You take a good fight with the Eagles, you can still win if you do upgrades on them. I mean, with the Light Cav, if you do upgrades on them. Like Bloodlines on them, before the Eagle Scouts especially become Eagle Warriors, then you're probably winning. That is kind of 50-50. Slightly favoring the Scouts, but the Scouts are also a bit more expensive. The gold, I think, at this point, especially for the Aztecs, they get relics, will be less of a concern than the food. Yeah, sudden death in the sense that if the Wonder is destroyed, then you are defeated. Yeah, the Khmer have done some nice Ballista Elephant cuts so far in this tournament. And now with some map control, Happy the Andy might fight over the 3 relics in the middle and then look to move a push over towards the Wonder. Has to be careful of that monk who's all out there by himself. And gets sniped off right away. Yeah, I definitely see the Khmer pick for the elephant cuts. And hello, Bart. How you doing? Okay, so I'll get this coffee going. There we go. So I have an Eagle Warrior on the way here from Chancellor. And both players doing a TC on the Wonder inside the woodline by the stone and the deer. And both players did take the shorefish towards the back of their bases. Monk comes out. And another monk goes down, as it'll be the Aztecs who start picking up the relics. Eagle warriors feel pretty darn strong in these settings. Able to move forward, and oh wait, oh there was an overchop, in the back, and Happy the Andy is in. Happy the Andy is in with the light cav. All the vills are so close to the TC, the light cav can't do much more damage, but they will have to throw up a lumber camp and be idled quite a bit. Nothing in the back for those light cav to hit, and honestly the best thing they could do is probably still hoover around here. But oh, that overchop hurts. As the light cav now can run around the back. And more light cav in the middle, they might be able to pick off these eagles. And the least effective raid ever. Was there a raid that didn't work? Wait, what happened? Oh, I thought you meant like a Twitch raid, and I was like, wait, what? No, the light cav got in. Okay. You're talking about that raid. There we go. I was like, did you come over here and you're the only viewer who came from a raid? I was like, I do have the notification to prevent spam that you need at least 2 viewers for the alert to appear. I was like, what's going on? All good though, all good. Light cav here fighting against the eagles, going to get the jump on the monks. And a conversion on an eagle. Overall though, the eagles have the numbers to take this fight. And ooh, even a forward Ville gets picked off. So Happy the Andy with some nice light cav micro despite losing the fight in the middle. Light cav running around on the outside there. Couple of light cav making a pass on the right side. Husbandry and gold mining on the way for Happy the Andy. And Bloodline's husbandry on the way. More barracks coming forward. And Monk looking for a conversion on some light, or some healing on some light cav. But don't know if they'll be able to stop the Monk from getting the relic. Maybe a converted eagle could. He's gonna try to get away or at least get the relic moving in the right direction. Monk wants to try to convert. Can't get a light cav though. Monk goes down, but the rest of the light cav got killed diving the monk. And that'll mean the monk from the back can come up and grab the relic. And everything here for Happy the Andy dying. Monk here wants a conversion on an eagle. Oh, fail wall. And another relic picked up. Oh, eagle is bugged into the relic. The eagle, gosh. Just in time to be deleted so it's not converted. You're right, the eagle was bugged into the relic. God, I didn't even see that, yes. Okay, that was weird. It was like Doubt's villager that bugged into the palisade wall the other day. And we will be having a forward castle here from Chancellaro. Not too far away from going imp. Going imp and getting trebs, and this might be an imp race to see who can get trebs out first. I'm trying to do the castle somewhere, there it goes. Their second building at home, just the monastery, so the castle will be needed to go up. More overchops in the rear. And this will be 4 relics. The 5th is by the monastery, so hard to deny that. Or is that 4? Is there one in the middle still? Could have sworn I counted to 4 there when there were 2 inside. Maybe I double counted the monk dropping one off. Oh wait, yeah, it should be 4 relics. There's still a relic over there. So it should be 4 relics if he thinks to pick that one up. But Imp on the way, and on the way. Only about 4 seconds of a difference there. And they will be racing their way up as Vils now, for Happy the Andy, come forward to do his own castle here. Now what do Aztecs not have? Neither masonry nor architecture, so no extra HP on the Wonder. Khmer have both, so you could do masonry on the way up, and give your Wonder a bit of extra HP in case you do get into that immediate Trebor when it's a race to destroy the Wonder. Okay, I've not seen this before. Basically each player bypassing each other and just going for the other Wonder. No ability to fight right now unless maybe, just maybe, Chancellor could try to deny the forward castle drop. The stone is not quite there yet. The villagers wall themselves. There should be nothing that can be done though. You'll see the army, and in the face of the army actually decide to fall back. He has a couple monks of his own coming over, and he will do a market. Maybe he needs to buy the stone. Goes down like have fight. The hills come over. Let's conversion on an eagle again. But Chancellor, just enough military maybe to make this happen. Still has outposts everywhere, keeping great track of the villagers. But I do worry if the army is just about. We're maybe back. I need to restart the game though, because the internet drop, thanks DE, stops spectating the game. So hold on a second. Can I have that in New Jersey? I don't even know what that is, so probably not. Okay, that should be fixed. Why did all my technology just die all of a sudden? Okay, we fixed that. So I don't know why everything just died all of a sudden. That was weird. And now I also can't find the wreck from the previous game, which I would need to finish casting it. So we might leave on a cliffhanger there. See, they're in the lobby. 3-minute spec delay. They're really delaying. That's not in the handbook. Alright, so this is where I need... Yeah, tell Logan to boost. And this is where I need one of my admins to go and find out if the wreck is there. Oh, yeah. And let's see if he can send me the rec for game 1. They did a draft for the best of 7, and they're keeping the same map 1. Now, if I wonder why everything dies when you play a game, you need to play more pacifist games then nothing dies, aside from your own units. Alright, so we're still trying to figure this out here. Okay, yes. Good. Okay, we got this, chat. We got this. We just need to speed through 30 minutes, and we're good. Alright, let's see if the internet holds up this time to get to the end of it. Also, the players did redraft, and we do have a best of 7 on our hands, so we'll take care of that in a moment. Hopefully it still fits on the same overlay I have. I need to crop a tiny bit. And so I just need to get to 30 minutes. What's in the corners of this map? Some shorefish, some foxes, some beautiful Asian maple straggler trees, and some stone, and also a bird. Here, hello bird. Oh, nah, you like this corner bird. Look at him go. Look at him go. This is what fast speed is made for in AoE 2. Look at him go. I do too, Mangudai Enjoyer. Even though I'm sure you enjoy Mangudai, I'm sure like all of us, you enjoy the monks of the Aztecs. So we'll speed cast what we casted already. We're halfway back so far, and Chancellor wisely scouting this part of the map just to make sure he's aware whenever something comes forward. And it'll be Aztecs versus Khmer Lightcap in the middle. We can keep an eye on the ecos. Khmer pulling slightly ahead. Remember when the Aztecs had good farmers? I miss those days. More farmers for Happy the Andy. Focusing a bit more on food as the Khmer. You can go back here. Here's the Lightcap raid. Did kill 3 Vills there for the raid. So that does put Chancellor behind, in addition to that Vill that died early on. But a bit more idle time. No, actually more idle time for Chancellor. We just had the second TC up earlier. Okay, more fights in the middle. Almost there. We're at around 30 minutes when the crash occurred. Now we're back to 25. There are the Vills going for a castle. And there is the castle. Imp on the way for both. And we're up on our way to Imp. We see a big fight over here. Most of the army there does get cleared from Chancelloro. And with just enough left over, both players up to Imp, Happy the Andy can go forward and do his castle. And though it will be double castles from Chancelloro, and the Trebs already on their way out. Well, no, once the Trebs are popping, the castles are dropping. Here it looks like it'll be the Wonder that'll be dropping. We can reach it from the outside. Downside for the Aztecs, no masonry, no architecture, as I said, so they can't do the HP upgrades for their Wonder like Happy the Andy would be able to do. 10% building HP matters quite a bit when you have this much HP. That'd be another 580. And that's exactly what he's doing there. Masonry on the way. Oh, the Dismo, that language is okay. You can say gosh darn it in the chat. So masonry on the way. And there we go, 6,380 hit points. Although over here it now comes down to a repair fest. As Chancellor will try to repair both players' trebbing. Neither player really with a way to hit the trebs, but extra trebs out first for Chancellor. Just a bit faster. Happy that Andy repairing, but with masonry. Repairs continuing to come in from Chancellor, who needs a bit more wood. Maybe too many vills. Ooh, I think this is a mistake. This is a mistake. 26 vills repairing is a heck of a lot of villagers that you're not going to have collecting resources. Ooh, and that's going to mean the eco could struggle to repair. Right, lots of those vills are standing idle. You really want to have, like, maybe 5 or 6 vills repairing, and then send more as necessary, but keep the rest working as much as possible. You're now happy that Andy, though, against 5, 6 trebuchets? Okay, now you can send all the vills. Now you can send all the villagers. That is a lot of trebs. This wonder quickly losing HP much faster than this one is. This one is repaired back to full HP, but this wonder will go down. All of the trebs are there. There's a 7th treb deployed. Double castle treb production doing it in Imp. And this wonder goes down. Here's GG from Happy Andy. He'll be defeated as soon as the animation finishes. And Chancellor takes a 1-0 lead. Alright, well done. Bit faster to Imp. Happy that Andy almost had what he wanted. Forward castle positioning to treb. But Chancellor had that too and had it a bit sooner. Wonder, the no! Yes, this is... I love this map. This is such a pretty map. Okay, so that is then a win for Chancellor. And let me swap my camera over and then try to get the draft going. I'm gonna hope that I don't need to do too much editing to the draft to get it visible. I'm lucky I just plug it in and it works. Doesn't quite work. Need to, okay. Move them out of the group. You need to be cropped a bit. And then back into the group. Group itself needs to be cropped a bit. There, that does it. All 7 maps. And that'll be on Todai G. Win for our player on the left. Done. Alright, pray for no more internet issues throughout the rest of this. As we're going to be on game number 2. Browser. And it shall be on Narok. And trade, get us going. And here we are. Okay, game number 2. Pray for proper internet. We'll have Chancellor as the blue Bengalis to the west. Happy the Andy as the red Burgundians to the east. And both players up to feudal. Just a bit faster up is Andy. And Burgundian's faster up. Okay, interesting. And wait just a minute. There's a king here. There is a king here and a feudal age scout. Let's see, wanted the feudal age scout maybe to hit some vills. Wasn't able to get a kill there. And now the king, oh, the king's gonna be involved in combat. The king will block the scout. The scout doesn't have enough HP to kill the king. Ooh, okay, the scout gets back. Don't have a castle, so you can't heal the scout. King here doing his kingly duties among the peasants of pushing the gazelles. And the scout here goes down. So no more scout for Happy the Andy. Despite the super fast feudal, it looks like you might want eco upgrades and a feudal boom with the Burgundians. And they're leading from the front lines, as Grady puts it. The ideal of the romantic warrior, as one of the slides would call him. Oh, also happy that Andy, his gate is useless. Barracks goes up. And a bit of walling could be nice here for Happy the Andy. Oh, actually, it is walled. Oh, actually, it could be really nice right here because it'll trap the scout. If only he had a functioning gate for a Vil to walk out there. Then he could wall the scout, but he doesn't. So there was a foundation there. He was thinking about it. He had the idea. Well, but the scout's gonna get out. This is why I miss like AOC era maps, or AOC era maps when you get stuff like this that happened, and it'd just be weird and fun. You'd have the arenas overlapping. Looking here from Chanchalaru coming forward. Castle Age in for both, and honestly happy that Andy's not going to be too far behind despite being in feudal for a while. And he will be adding the stable, going for some scouts by the looks of it. And what is this fortified tower graphics? The towers all look very different for all of the civs. Of course, they're all towered shaped. Or tower shaped, but the fortified towers all look different. This one's much like shorter and fatter than the other one. And okay, scout holding open the gate, but more scouts come out to fight. Here comes the spear, and with the spear and the fortified tower even, I would say they have to run, but ooh, he takes a poke. Goes down. And the scouts now will run away. Run away to the edge, and there is Chanchalaru up to the Castle Age. And ooh, presence in the middle of the map with a stable and a monastery. Going to be fighting for the relics. There are 6 relics on the map, maybe slightly in favor of Andy here.
See.
Bill's coming around to Chanchalaru over here. And he'll be getting a second TC. Another house comes up for Happy the Andy. And more scouts for Chanchalaru, still taking map control. Nice Vil lead as the Bengalis, but overall res collected more for Andy. Mr. Fluffy Bunny, hello there. Hello there. I hope you're extra fluffy today. Even more fluffy than normal. Oh, hello, you handsome man in the chat there. The relic comes back to the monastery. Just ate some chicken. Oh, nice. That's why I was a chicken for Halloween. Just so I could take Mr. Fluffy Bunny and help him fluff up. Here's Wheelbarrow on the way for Andy. Even I did really need a haircut that day, though. I didn't have time before the stream. I did get a haircut now. Oh, this feels much more controllable now. The monk wants a conversion on the light cap. Doesn't get it. Doesn't get it. Fluffy bunny versus ruffled chicken. Yeah, no devotion, just light cap resistance there. And Wheelbarrow will just finish. Is it a Stormlight Archive reference? I have no idea what Stormlight Archive is. Marintho, maybe, if you're still in the chat, could answer. There's husbandry on the way for Happy the Andy. And a TC going up here. And TC and a house. Rapture saying, yes, can you explain to me what Stormlight Archive is? I don't know what that is. Needs to be Shattered Plains, but went for more of a fortress theme. Okay. Earth is flat. That is not what the short days and changing time zone outside my window would tell me. What it is, maybe what Age of Empires tells us. Book series by Brandon Sanderson. Obviously, I know exactly who that is, and that explains everything. Uh-oh, rip stream again? Looks good on my end. Looks good on my end. Don't scare me like that. I mean, that looks like a garlic witch. Might need to refresh on your end. Issue. Alright, Light Cav, get some hits over here. Light Cav gonna run away, and we'll have two-man saw. Two-man saw on the way for Happy the Andy. And we'll have the TC going up also for Happy the Andy. Just needed to refresh. That fixes all problems, right? Turning it off and on again. So, res collected. Still slight lead for Andy. And it looks like it's just kind of a standard arena game where they go for the Relic War. Picked off by the Light Cav. Cav going down. And Spear will get some pokes on the scouts. Pokes on the scouts. Husbandry on the way from the stable. Nothing quite hits the spot like a refreshing browser page. Nothing hits the spot like going to your PC and turning it off and on again. And you should try to force the fight now with the numbers. Let's see what the numbers are. 7 to 10. Doing Loom now. No one with upgrades on the scouts, so if you could force the fight, especially before Bloodlines, that'd be great. If the Light Cav war lingers on for a really long time, you start making an imp transition. You can think about Bloodlines, and then try to win a fight with Bloodlines. But here's the engagement, 9 to 7. Much more HP for Andy. Wheelbarrow Town Watch on the way. Like the first 4 ones, Wind and Truth felt bloated, and I kind of stopped paying attention at the end. Like there was too much fluff in it. Alright, here's a veil outside. Maybe there was one thing that hits the spot better. Honoring your own king, tell that to John Slow. So handcart on the way here from Happy the Andy at the back. As he loses the scouts now, they got split up a bit. And he is down by about 12 vills. We do have the 4th TC added in much earlier for Chancellor. Both players with handcart now. Although it is 2-man saw versus double bit axe in terms of the wood upgrades. And that's helping Happy the Andy stay equal in res count.
son.
Monk picks up the relic, and Monk will heal the light cav. Another fight going on here. Light cav getting hit, going down. Monk will grab the relic. You prettied up the rock terrain on Toad IG. Yeah, I saw you put some flowers on it a bit. Definitely a tricky thing to do because you do. I think do you do the rocks in connection generation? Because then you can't do any more masking. That makes it hard. I don't know if you can change the foundation terrain of objects, and you might be able to change foundation terrain to do masking. Not sure about that. I never tried that. And do the fish trap building terrain trick. There's more light cav go down, so far just a relic fight, and 3-1 in favor of Chancellor. And does he have any more relics on the way? One in the middle, 2 at home. And there's still 1 relic over here for Happy the Andy. And then 1 relic up here, so in all likelihood, it looks like it'll be 4-2. But the Burgundians with 2 relics still does give them the food generation, so I guess that's like being tied. I tried, that didn't work, so you just did some flowers and trees. Alright. Yeah, I know you can change the foundation terrain of objects. I don't think you can actually have a foundation layer property that can be changed. So Devotion, Ballistics, Forging, and Imperial Age all on the way for Happy the Andy. I have another castle coming up here. Ballistics, what's our transition here? For Happy the Andy? Hey! Mr. Fluffy Bunny. Happy the Andy is going to be making the best unit in the game. The Elite Skirmisher. For a civ that doesn't have the final armor upgrade. So Skirm versus Skirm. The Bengalis will have the better Skirm. Yeah, they don't have Thumb Ring, but neither do the Burgundians. So it evens out, and then still worse armor for the Burgundians. Against Aratha, I guess. What do they probably do? They do counter Aratha, they do counter Elephant Archers. But they don't really counter Bengali Skirms. And it is a huge villager difference, and starting to show up in Res Collected, despite the lack of 2-man Saw. Happy the Andy with the score lead so far, but I worry that might change. Let's look at the scouting and compare them. Similar scouting, I guess. I was going to say maybe Andy scouted a lot more and had score because of that, but no. It's literally he hit Imp first, so the score will lag behind a bit for Chancellor. And maybe this gives our Burgundian player the chance to deploy Trebs, get some hits on the castles, wants to be atop the hills, make sure he's not in the little valleys when fighting. I guess he's really tryharding going for the skirms. There's another Treb going for the castle. Another castle going up for Chancellor. Is pikes. Pikes on the way. Prep rotation and leather archer armor. And Skirm's looking to hit the monks, but these are Bengali monks. They are tanky. 3 Trebs now, and Light Cav and Skirms have to defend them from the Rathas. Repairs on the castle for Chancellor. If these Trebs stay up, then Andy can keep pushing. That castle will eventually go down if the Trebs are there, but melee mode Rathas will take out 1 Treb. Have to fall back, but 2 Trebs are still there. With 14 Vils, he should be able to repair so long as he has stone, but he doesn't have stone. He needs to buy it quickly from the market. 1 more Treb shot comes in, and the castle goes down just as he buys it. And Andy takes out the castle, and he can keep pushing. He can keep pushing now. Monastery hit by the Trebs as the Skirms start to move forward. And we'll hit the Vils. The Vils going down. Anvils get picked by the skirms. Rebs take out the house. Here we go. Scale guarding armor on the way for Andy. Cannon goes for the Ratha. Did the cannon go down there? I guess the cannon went down. Or no, wait. Oh, there it's hiding behind a Treb. But now the Light Cav are pushing forward, taking out the Treb. So after that initial push from Andy, he's starting to get pushed back now. Eco with that 30 vil advantage. 3k more res starting to kick in a bit for Changellaru. Lots of Light Cav out to deal with the skirms, but these Burgundian hand cannoneers, they are strong. 17 plus 4 attack. There to push back the Light Cav. And doing a pretty decent job of it there. And here we have conscription on the way for Andy. Andy using the market quite a bit, trying to get more stone. Could do another castle. Has to be careful, doesn't have a great spot outside of the cracked terrain when the stone is what he really wants to be defending. We'll try to wall in front of the cannon, won't quite get it. And now the Light Cav getting a surround on his hand cannoneers. They are going to be picked off. Castle getting some hits on all of the Light Cav. Light Cav going down. Light Cav all going down. Everything there dying. They'll have squires on the way. And the hand cannoneers, wow. I did not think the hand cannoneers were going to hold that fight, but Burgundians, once that bonus plus 25% attack, these hand cannoneers are strong. Like Cav and skirms, what more can we ask for? Like every game of Age of Empires. There is pikemen on the way. Yeah, that's something I've been thinking of. Maybe AoE 2 maps need more gold in 1v1s. Just because you often, you don't see paladins, you don't see war elephants, you don't see some of the more expensive units like you do in team games without trade. Maybe you just need more gold so you get to them more easily. So defensive trebs, that is now a group of 6 trebuchets. I'm trying to think, is there a collective noun for trebuchets? Well, a herd of elephants will stampede their way forward, take out a cannon and a treb. So far, a slightly better KD for Happy the Andy. He will take out a treb or two, but for the most part, that was a nice, successful defense. Now, Elite Battle Elephant is there, but so are Halbs. And Halb plus Burgundian Hand Cannoneer may be effective against these elephants. You're not going to have a positive KD, but you can be cost effective. An avalanche of trebuchets. I tend to think Trezini maps have been tending to that lately. He adds infinite gold with some temp distance like on Enclosed. Lots of maps are like that, though. The problem I always get for those maps is players complain that they're unfair and one player has more gold than another. And I guess, there are a lot of those like on Enclosed where you take the gold, but you're fighting so much that you never really have the opportunity to spend the gold on upgrades because you're always pumping units. Falls into the R of RMS. The Cav here will hit the villagers. And we'll hit the villagers, and this will be a nice fight for Changellaru. So do we like Bengalis against Burgundians in the long run late game? Bengalis do get Mahayana. They'll have significantly more pop space. It is 3-2 on relics. Where is the final relic? I'll let you see that massacre. I'm going to check the in-game map for the relic so I can swap to eco mode. I don't see the relic anywhere. There's not a white dot on the map. Someone knows where the final relic is. Take a guess. I don't see anyone. Is there a monk with a relic? Oh! There it is. Chancellor has forgotten about it. So it would be fortitude were he to remember about that relic. Maybe a light cav snipes off the monk and he never gets it. It'll start to go down. Night cav pick Vils. And the elephant stampede continues.
See.
Albs come forward, try to poke down the elephants. Arb's coming up from the rear. Treb's going for the castle. Treb's looking like they're gonna knock down the castle soon. And down it goes. Okay, Alp still fighting the light cav as the cavaliers come over. Where is the king push? Ooh, that's a good question. Where is the king push? Oh, here I am talking about not having the resources for Paladin. Here is Paladin. Paladin in a 1v1. Still 2 to 3 relics. Oh, the monk did get sniped off by a light cav. There's the relic. Lost and forgotten. Down here, there will be a castle from Happy the Andy. Chancellor not noticing. We'll lose the gold control. Only about 1,500 gold left. So now as Happy the Andy tries to make a play for Paladins, we did already see the elephants from Chancellor. The player's going to start running out of gold soon. And you might ask, what's the better backline then? The Arbalests or the Hand Cannoneers? I always feel in these super long situations that it's better to have the gold unit be the ranged unit in the back, not constantly dying at the front as the meat shield. And oh, the Vils noticed the castle at 75%. Here come the light cav, and they will snipe off some of these villagers. And hello, Kai World. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the YouTube chat. And some light cav pick off Vils. Paladins here, pushing forward. Tribs take out the light cav. Looks pretty bumpy to me. This map is pretty bumpy. There are valleys all over. It is not flat. No, indeed. Paladin's taking a decent fight. No bloodlines, but otherwise fully upgraded with all the armor. And they can maybe push back the Arbs, and certainly will kill the Trebs if they're able to get a jump on them. Getting closer and closer to the Trebs. And there should be a good cleanup here from Happy the Andy to stall out the push. Trebs here going down. All go down, and Andy cleans this. Those scores are closing. Andy will finish the castle, or no, he'll move the castle. That castle he deletes, moves it over here. Bengali's versus Burgundians doesn't sound very fair. Oh, now we have Burgundian Paladins against Bengali Elite Battle Elephants. Somehow Chancellor still has a bit of gold left and is going for the elephants. I would think you want maybe Elephant Archer plus Hussar here. Hussar is to spam at the skirms, and Elephant Archers to deal with anything that's melee and kind of heal them and keep them in the back. Paladins snipe off the Vil. They don't get Hussar? Oh, they don't get Hussar. Okay, never mind. I thought they did. Maybe it makes sense that they don't. Did they used to get Hussar? Maybe I'm imagining that. Hello, Czane142. I'm doing good. Hope that you're doing well too. Welcome to the chat. And Halves over here is still fighting, still pushing. Fighting against the elephants. I'm gonna hit on an elephant down here. Paladin's coming forward. We'll have plate mail armor on the way. I never had Hussar. Okay, I'm imagining it like those Burmese siege onagers. Halb's coming forward. Halb versus Halb, peak post Imperial combo. Skirm versus Skirm is where we get it's it. Your Jars have Hussar. Yeah, they have really cheap Hussar, right? So they spam them. I thought Bengalis did for some reason. Yeah, I'm just imagining things then.
See.
Herb is shooting at the Skirm. You have a PS5, is it worth buying the game there? I have never played the PS5 version. If you have like Game Pass, there is the cloud version that of the Xbox version. I tried that out. I did like Game Pass for a month for $1 back when that was a deal you could do, just to try that out. I think when the console version, the thing to understand is it's pretty limited. There's no scenario editor and there's no modding, so you can't get as far as I know, you can't get the original voice acting for the campaigns, and it's kind of a limited version. But you can go through the motions of playing the campaigns, play some AI games, and it even at least is multiplayer compatible. So if you're someone who really likes going to the editor, plopping down units, and like having fights with the units or designing scenarios, then I wouldn't recommend it. If you're a very intense multiplayer player, my experience with the controller is that you're not going to be anywhere near the level of a mouse and keyboard, and you're going to be fighting more against the controls than you are playing the game. But if you just like casually want to go through the campaigns, then you can. It certainly is a playable version of the game. And it's hard for me to recommend because I've always been a PC gamer, never really a console gamer. So I can't really give you a recommendation on, you know, if you're a console gamer and you like console games, you probably have a different perspective on it. Maybe you just want to chill in your living room and play some AoE 2 on your PS5, but that's never something I've really done. Other than I had a Wii years ago and we played Smash Brothers in college. That's about it. It does support keyboard and mouse, but if you're doing that for keyboard and mouse, I feel like you might as well just get the PC version. And there's a good chance that with all the Steam sales, it's probably cheaper to get the PC version if you get it on sale at the right time. I don't know how PlayStation sales work, but I do know that there are tons of Steam sales for it. Yeah, if you ever want to play in tournaments, well, do you actually need that? I don't. Oh yeah, you actually will, because tournaments always use custom maps, and you can't play any custom maps on the PlayStation version. You're right about that. Right about that, UP. I was gonna say multiplayer works just fine, but again, it's a limited version of multiplayer without modding support, where you can't play custom maps. It's the type of thing though where I feel like the voice acting is such an integral part of playing through the campaigns. I wouldn't even really recommend I wouldn't even recommend it for the campaigns. I'd recommend still getting DE and modding the original voice acting in, which is of course an extra step if you're not going to take that step anyway on the PC version. then the console version might be fine. My elephants are too cheap theory is confirmed once again. So you're saying these elephants are too cheap compared to the paladins, and the elephant spam here from Chancelaro is better than these Burgundian paladins? Looks like, honestly, that looks like the issue here. Looks like the issue. As I was saying, you probably didn't want a gold unit as your meat shield, and you prefer an archer unit in the back, but maybe Chancelaro proved me wrong with all these elephants. You can play King of the Desert. That's probably going to have KOTD Arabia, though, rather than standard DE Arabia. And oh, look at this. The elephant ram has broken through a wall, will die to Vils, but destroyed the tower. And the king had to run. The king is now in a back TC here. And Happy the Andy slowly but surely being pushed by the Bengalis. Bengalis in the late game, Mahayana is in, and there is the GG, as Chancelaro does it. So there were some good early imp fights from Happy the Andy. But all in all, the economy of the Bengalis, combined with finally getting that 4th relic, he built the monastery on the hill just to grab the relic. And getting the push in with the elephants. The paladin swap wasn't enough for Happy the Andy, whereas the elephant swap worked out for Chancelaro. So your comment about the price might be right. The price is right for them, at least right now. And 728 kills. For the save making the elephants, where you'd think maybe the elephant has the, the better KD anyway, and you're kind of spamming units into it. You can see at the end, I think the economy ran out for Happy the Andy and couldn't keep taking the fights. I think you just, maintaining a slight eco lead works out. Paladins cost more gold than elephants, that is a travesty. That does sound right. Not all maps are regicide. Nope, just this one. Red Phosphoral Elephant Rush? I played some team games with him a while ago where he tried to go Persian flank FC elephants. We won, but then there was also an elo mismatch, so I don't think it'd be a completely viable strat. As the pocket, it's interesting to help because you need archers to deal with all the spears, but then you also it's awkward to go archers from the pocket. So I don't know if that's actually viable, and maybe even less so in a 1v1. And Yep, Blue did get the unique text there. So we'll update the scoreboard, check that off. And let me try to find them as they're on game 3 already. And it will be Zimbabwe. Inspired to make much better maps now that I finally discovered you connect specific land zones together. That has been an amazing change. There have been a couple of really small but really good changes to the map scripting engine recently. And I think that there might be a few more changes coming somewhat soon. So at some point I'd like to go and make my own version of a bunch of maps to make good versions of the maps. But I'm gonna wait just a bit on that to see if we get any more changes. Because I'm hoping that we actually get sine and cosine functions in the map scripts, so I don't need to do my hacky trigonometry macros. And once we get there, I'm gonna definitely remake a ton of maps. Yeah, Connect Land Zones is so good. When did they roll it out? That was over the summer. That was the same as that was July, I think, on the pathfinding patch. They rolled out the basic math functionality in April, and then the land zones in July. Yeah, and then also spacing to specific terrain type is that, and the land zones are incredibly useful. There's set circular base, so you can have your bases in circles instead of in squares. Circular actor areas would be amazing too. And let's see, you got 3 minutes of spec delay, then will be Kumans versus Bengalis on Zimbabwe. Briefing you on second object. Yeah. The objects. Oh my gosh. The stacking of objects breaks pathing. I had to fix that for all of those GL cookout maps because that's how Danger Duck spawned all of his deer on top of the berries. He put them on the berries and they couldn't walk off. Oh, that's an annoying straggler tree blocking the gate. Right, Rapture. You might want to force stragglers away from gates. Yeah. I had done stacking of objects by using in several maps, as we have a scout fight, an invisible placeholder underneath a wall to help position the walls, and that had the result that when the wall was deleted, units could no longer walk over the hole in the wall. There was some weird jank going on where if you deleted a bunch of them and attempted to place a house foundation, then as soon as Vils walked over to construct the house, the foundation was removed and they couldn't build it. So there's some weird thing where the object was not fully removed. Never a quiet moment. I know the pain, Rapture. I know the pain. Yeah, not a big deal, but you know, it's just something you pick up on if you have like map stragglers on closed maps. Always like the min distance from players needs to be slightly larger than the wall distance, so that doesn't happen. Oh, during the GL thing, you could put an ostrich under an elephant. Oh yeah, they broke that again. Oh yeah, I remember because there was I guess that was you. You put all the ostrich and elephants together. And yeah, because then they could move. Now they can't. Oh my gosh, they made it worse. No, even after the bug reports I submitted, they made it worse. So anyway, out here with all the scouts fighting, no one actually went for the elephants. And where is this Vil going? Oh, he's gonna run into a lion. Oh no, poor Vil. Right before Loom too. Oh no. He's gonna go to the hill, and then wait for Loom, and then fight. Okay, he's okay, but he'll need another. Yeah, Simba. Yeah, I saw Doubt's clip. If you saw Doubt's clip the other day, he had a Vil that retaliated against a wolf, and then the scout decided it was going to attack a boar that was nearby. I tried to replicate that, but I couldn't figure it out. I sat down in the editor, and then I sat down in just a random map against on Rage Forest with some wolves near elephants, and I couldn't get it to happen again. Trevor had a hypothesis that it was that when the wolf attacked the Vil and the Vil retaliated, that because predator animals like the crocodile and the elephant both have unit class 10, not armor class, but unit class, that when the Vil was attacked, the scout would retaliate and attack against a predator. But I tried it and I couldn't get it set up. So I'll have to experiment more with it. Might have been a very specific thing, like the Vil was swapping between a builder and a villager just as a palisade was deleted, and then the scout attacked. I played the clip in slow motion and tried to figure out exactly what was happening. And I couldn't quite still get a way to reproduce it, but I need to try a bit more. It's an amazing bug when that happens, and I'd love to make a video about it, but I still can't reproduce it. You've avoided putting predators on your maps? Yeah, that was one thing on Rage Forest, where the predators, their behavior changed a bit. So here we're gonna have Loom now. Oh my gosh, Chancellor, he's going for it. He's going into the walls. He's gonna Vil fight. He's gonna hold the gate open, hold it open. Oh no, okay, these Vils are dead now. Oh, he needed to hold the gate open. He could have lamed both boars. He could have stolen both boars. But now the Vils are trapped inside. And he's going to try to do a wall. If he can wall them off somehow, that'd be insane. But no, he's not going to do it. Not going to get the wall up in time. He's going to have a big fight. Vils in the black and then the back are blocking the ones in the front. Vils going down. There's going to be 2 dead Vils, though. We're happy that Andy... And he lost his scout. Okay, all in all, this... Oh, wait, no, never mind. That was Chancellaro's scout. I thought that was Andy's scout for a second. No. Yeah, I got my colors wrong. And now the Vils do get themselves walled in. They'll try to wall in from the other side, and they are there. So he kills 2 Vils, lost 1 Vil and a scout, and gets his Vils walled. And that was also a lot of idle time from Andy to fight that. All in all, I think this is probably good from Chancellaro. Now that he's walled, he can attack from the outside and try to break himself out. Oh my gosh. That was amazing. I still think he should have ran in, tried to lame the boars, and get out. That would have been crazy if he lamed them. Also, this is the perfect L shape for the berries. Yeah, as you were saying, the predators... I think it's kind of nice that they have different predators with different behavior, but it's kind of annoying that it's a breaking change that... You use a bunch of predators on maps, and now all of a sudden you have stronger predators than you were expecting. That's why I went into the Rage Forest map, and I took all the predators, changed them to wolves, and then reskinned the wolves. There's still one more change I need to make, when I have time, which is to change them so that they actually make the proper sounds. Because you'll notice that all the bears are growling at you like they're wolves. But okay, here we go. So Vil going to block the other Vil while the scout has to block the elephants. I have not used peacocks yet, no. Oh my gosh, that's a good idea. Okay, Vil kills the Vil, so nice job from Chancellor beasting with the Vil fight so far. Forcing Happy the Andy to come to the outside and repair. That'll eat up a bit of stone over time. AoE1, Vils will attack nearby elephants after exhausting a killed predator. Maybe I feel like the scout retaliation is a bit different though. Time for tower rushing the berries. Well, here Chancellor is the Kumans, and he will add a second TC down here on the elephants. Here he goes. Yeah, with the lions in AoE1 attacked the gazelles. That was a thing. I remember Sandy Peterson talking about that several times. That they didn't do that in AoE2 because everyone complained that the lions would eat their hunt. Yeah, interesting use of the second TC on the map for sure. I haven't seen Kumans play too much. I think we might have seen them a couple times on this map. They'll go for the berries down here. And have a tower and palisade coming up for Chancellor. Ooh, okay, I thought he was going to shoot the bar out there, but no, he saves it. He saves it. And TC rushing the berries, I guess. As a tower. Oh my gosh, tower! You mean tower rush these berries? He's doing. He's doing it. He's tower rushing the berries. Okay, yeah, and he moved the mill in response, but the Vils will have to be on the outside, and oh no. He is tower rushing the berries. Oh, he needs some fletching now. Needs some fletching to hit that last tile. And now with the tower, actually, he can attack the palisade, and that's going to let him break into the base. That'll let him break in. Happy that Andy's still struggling to mine the gold. He did do the wonderful double mining camp on the gold and the stone. Gotta commend him for that. Always love to see that. But the Vils now are in. The Vils are in. And farms going up around the TC. And a market comes up. And trying to break out. Unnecessary. He just wants more Vils around it. I mean, if he wants more Vils on gold, maybe he should have just gone here. But yeah, mining camp there. Trying to stonewall to keep these Vils in. There's a tree there. So far, so good. But that Vil is at risk. Will the tower get the kill? 4 HP and he needs to run. Sending another Vil over. And we'll have Town Watch on the way for Chancellor. The tower there, Vil running away. Okay, tower coming up here for Happy the Andy. And it feels like Happy the Andy this entire game has been harassed and harassed, and now is fighting the dangerous 2 TC Kuman Boom. Already fallen a bit behind in Vils. Bit more idle time, but more TC time to make up for that. And he now has to go for his own tower to fight this tower. His Vil's still on the inside, and he's not going to win 2 Vils against a tower if Andy garrisons this. He can put 4 Vils in it and have more arrows in the tower fight, especially since he has the stone to mine. But, you know, there's a bit of stone being mined from Chancellor too. Did a mining camp on his stone. Could repair for a while. And I won't need to buy Castle Age that much, 100 food. And yeah, there he goes up with 8 more food. And doesn't want to have to buy it, but with only 4 on food, not able to force drop from the berries. That was a bit annoying. And selling stone. He has a bit of stone to sell. And TC here as vills go out for a house. And I'll have a mining camp going up for Chancellaro. Villa there. Avoids the stone wall. And retaliates against the tower. So, tower destroyed, and walled in from the back, as an outpost will go up for Chancellaro. Imagine if you'd like done the TC here and attacked the wall just to break out. That would be a waste, but it'd be fun. Also, there is this 5th relic on the map down here, so 1 in each corner and a 5th down here. And he has a great TC spot with all of the hunt. But, happy that Andy will be up, and maybe in a spot where he could pressure this. Walls in the Ville, and then we'll wall it in from the outside against the attack. And castle drop here, downside for the castle position for Andy is he won't even hit these 2 vills here. Maybe he needs Fletching and Bodkin. He can build over the diagonal. You can't, I'm pretty sure that you can't build diagonally over an enemy wall. It would have to be a wall and something else, whether it's a wall and a gate or a wall and a tree. The game handles consecutive diagonal wall tiles differently than it does any other 2 objects. It's like tower hopping. Like in AOC, you could tower hop over the corners because the gates spawned in the corners of walls instead of in the centers. But now that they spawn in the center, unless you get a really short wall where it's in the corner, you can't tower hop over this. And I'm pretty sure the same rules apply for construction. Yeah, the gate wall might still be possible. You're right about that. That's something that people do in BF. No, the gate wall's interesting. Because diagonal gates have a long history of being bugged, where originally the corners were not actually part of the wall. So maybe there's still some weird thing where it's not checking the diagonal gates properly, and like since the center is a tile away still, it allows you to build it. That's a good follow-up video. I should do that. So annoying. Yeah. Personally, I don't ban that in my tournaments, but I know in Rage Force they ban that. But I feel like that's something that really needs to be addressed on the devs rather than through in-game rules. I really hate putting admins in a position where they have to adjudicate based on stuff that happens in-game. And I don't want players to have like gameplay situations where they get disqualified. Like I saw a Rage Force set once where one player was basically defeated down to 2 vills and he just slung like 100 wood. And then his team won the game, then they had an admin loss because of the sling. And that's the type of thing I'd rather not have happen. So if it's, I don't want to do admin losses for diagonal gates. Yeah, exactly. You do the gate to block the enemy from walling. And because the gate itself has that weird like 2x2 middle, it's hard to do a re-wall that actually blocks it. Very weird. It actually takes up a lot of space. And okay, castle drop. Castle drop coming in from Chancellaro. He had some nice outposts, so he had vision over here, and he saw happy that Andy doing the TC, and here will be a castle drop right on the TC. Thank you, John Slow, for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. And castle there, going for the TC. Fletching on the way. It's a lot of wood. He's floating a bit of wood, but that'll be good for Kipchaks. And now he's behind this, about to add in his 3rd TC. And he's up by 14 vills, up by 1.3k res collected, and still pushing. Now he might lose a TC, might lose some vills fighting the Mangonels. There's a Ratha there. Nice triple kill. Well, that'll even up that vill difference a bit. Oh, it still has a nice lead. And now 3 mangonels to pressure the TC. Well, that castle drop gets some revenge right back. Breakfast! Hello, Breakfast. You believe in the Andy reverse sweep. TC goes down. Hills fight the lion, and a TC for Happy the Andy will go up over here on the gold. So far, it seems like Chancellaro might not see the TC, but he might have seen the Vills going over. Has a lot of Vills on stone, yep. Although, here we go, we have Rathas breaking through, the front gate goes down, and right through the front door run a bunch of Rathas to get a raid. 12 to 3 Eco KD in favor of Andy, so he is getting some Vill kills. Scores are still really close. Maybe Andy with 14 to 8 military can get a push now, looping over to the main TC. Here come his 3 mangonels. Probably wants a Repairville on the way forward, but will be in a spot to continue pressuring. Humans will not have access to redemption, so monks can't convert the mangonels. Converted Rathas could destroy them, but monks will have to be wary of getting flattened by mangonels. Breakfast Andy finals. Yeah, I saw the next semifinal was at 10:30 GMT, I think. That's what Rapture told me. I think that's 5:30 AM for me now, so that might be a bit early for me to cast live, so I might do the Rex of that. Yep, Bengali's for the other player, though. Ratha's taking out the Vills. And all the Vills will go down. Had some bigger games, hopefully it'll be worth the cast. I hope so. So Ratha's there, taken out by some castle fire. Kipchak's on the way. And the market will go down to the mangonels. Humans are really fun ever since I figured out how to play them. Definitely the most unique of civs with the second TC. I still honestly don't know how to deal with them myself. But here come the mangonels, maybe looking for the hit on the monastery. I'll have some Kipchaks running forward. Vills running around for Happy the Andy going for the mining camp. Kipchak or Ratton, which is better 1v1 just as archer. Kipchak's probably a bit more mobility, depends on like how exactly you're using them. 1v1, not sure who wins. Probably the Ratton archer with their pierce armor. But with all the arrows actually that do 1 damage each, not sure. So I think it's 3 damage per volley then from the Kipchak, so I'm not actually sure. Also depends on bloodlines, right? Bloodlines 60 HP for something that has 40 HP base makes a huge difference. Not that upgrades aren't important for Ratton archers, but maybe even a bit more for the Kipchaks, and also a bit more expensive for bloodlines. Kipchak's still hoovering around. I mean, honestly, the res collected difference, only 1k apart for a Kuman Boom, with 73 Vills each. Feels like Andy's still in this, but I think I'd like Chanchilaru's position a bit more, especially with the forward castles. are the cheap, spammy online ad version of Mangadai? I wouldn't be that disrespectful to the Kipchaks. They're not worse than Walmart Mangadai. Maybe they're more like Target Mangadai. Well, they do pick off all the mangonels. And Kipchak's over here attacking the farms. Attacking a Vill. And ooh, the Vills are idled under the TC. So equal Vill counts, but one player has 1 idle, another has 20 idle. And we'll have another TC going up for Chanchilaru. Yeah, Andy cannot protect his eco with all these holes. He has a porous economy now. Holes everywhere, exposed vills down here. He is reclaiming the food, but after all, the hunt has been taken. And Kip checks go down to TC fire. Monastery on the way up for Happy the Andy. I think Blue should really take profit of his map control and get the relics now. That would be nice. That's true. Should be able to get 3 and maybe even 4. This corner might be tough to get to, but I mean, the Kipchaks are there. So maybe he'd even get all 5. But Elephant Push now from Happy the Andy. Looking to push back this castle. However, Kipchaks, well, comparison to Mangudai is apt in the way that they deal with rams because of all the extra arrows they shoot. And the elephants will go down, and Andy will call it there. So 3-0 lead for Chancellaro, and Andy will need a reverse sweep to make it to the finals then. That's a 35 to 27 KD. And better economy for Chancellaro. Made it work with the Kumans after some very fancy getting through the gate, Vil fighting shenanigans around the back here. The Vils eventually did go down, but Andy fell really far behind, sending all those Vils, getting all that idle time, dealing with the tower. Just so annoying to have Vils trapped in the back like that. I especially believe in the reverse sweep now. Let's see how it goes. If we then write a 3-0 lead. And Ngome will be the final home map for Happy the Andy. And we'll see what Civ he decides to run with. Prepping for the reverse. Mr. Fluffy Bunny's prepped. Prepped and ready to go. Oh, did I not go to the scoreboard? Wait, oh I did. Never mind, just had a different scene when my VOD was paused when I was looking at my chat. And Smokeen, hello, how you doing? So I think what I'll do is I'll probably just cast this set today. Oh, some random spam text message saying, see me tonight. And a spam email from Twitch trying to get me to read you a gift sub that I had to a random channel. You ever get that? Like you look at a Twitch stream once or twice, and then whenever they're like, they get inundated with gift subs and you get one even though you're not watching. Happens to me all the time. Happens to me pretty often too. Hello, 5-star. Or 5-5-star Mook. You know, I totally forgot that this is not something that shows up on the dashboard and I need to search for it manually. And there we go. Now we'll get into the game. Sorry about that. He says Silver League games not being displayed as prominently as the main ones. Throws me off a bit. Anyway, here we'll have Happy the Andy as the Lithuanians and Chancellor as the Sicilians. So Lithuanians versus Sicilians. Both players adding in a TC. Lithuanians will get 100 food per TC that they add. So plus 200 so far. It includes the starting TC. The Sicilians will have an extra 100 stone. And considering you can't do a market in the Dark Age, if you want to add a bunch of TCs, they're the civ with which to do it. Don't need to mine it. Don't need to go feudal and buy it. You can just add the TCs. You have block gift subs from channels you aren't following, so that probably catches most of those cases. Didn't know that was an option. You'd be saying that doesn't work. Oh boy. Sadly, it's not straight up a waitlist. There's some fun data structures, or probabilistic data structures for constructing filters like that. With doing a quick initial check followed by a verification step with a long or full dictionary lookup. Here are your bloom filters or quotient filters. You've walked your dog to the field where he usually chases a laser and he won't move until there's a laser, but you didn't bring it with you? Ooh. Sounds like you might have to pick up the dog and carry him home then. Or carry them home. Assume latest rec sergeants. I would assume that too. And this is, oh, look at the little wibbles we got here in this terrain. Bit of a thicker area. Maybe hard to wall with that box turtle in the middle of the beach. But we shall have 7 relics over to the east, and you can transport and take them if you want to. What's better, the Insta-3rd TC or the dock? I'm going to probably say the TC. But dock for fishing ships is nice too. I guess the Sicilians probably do need a food income at some point to make sure their TCs are running. Still some hunt here, and I guess soon you want the dock to make sure you get fishing ships on food. Looks like we'll have the dock now from Chancellaro, or some hunt. Yeah, the dog weighs 70 pounds, it'll be a good workout then. I had to take care of my grandmother's dog for a bit, but she was a little tiny thing. It was like 14 pounds. And at the end of her life, she couldn't really go up and down steps anymore, so I had to pick her up and carry her. So 3rd TC coming up here for Happy the Andy. It'll be on a forest. Yeah, Hagbard are as shocked as I am to figure out that that's an option. And Lumber Camp coming up for Happy the Andy. And a few villas here coming forward. And we'll have a villa from Cincillaro, who will be up first, as the Sicilian's up first. But if he's not going for all those extra TCs right away, maybe advantage for the economy for the Lithuanians. So trying to take a win on this map with the Sicilians, which are perhaps a civ he wouldn't be planning on using for the finals. Remember, every time you use a civ, then it's no longer available to you later on. So you do want to save them. And Vils will go build the TC right between a gold and a stone and a wood and a box turtle. So all 4 resources on that TC. 4th TC for Happy the Andy, and really going to be benefiting from being the Lithuanians. Chancellor going forward, trying to find a dock spot. Maybe just scouting? Not seeing the TC actually, just deciding to turn around. Maybe looking for a dock. So Vil count's dead even right now versus the extra earlier docks. However, we will have double fire galleys. Oh, triple fire galleys. Chancellor not gonna let Andy fish peacefully in this pond. Andy doing another dock himself, but I actually didn't see any of the docks. Just going triple docks to be prepared. Oh man, he's gonna go triple dock and run straight into a headache, as this will be some good production from Chancellor. Another dock up for Chancellor in the middle of the box turtles. That'll be to keep the Vils busy collecting there. But here come the fires, and that's a lot of fishing ships. That's 7 fishing ships that'll probably all go down before anything can pop out of the docks for Andy. That is rough for him. 1, 2 going down. The rest have to flee. 2 are very low on HP. One of them will go down, and then the rest will run to the corner. So fire galleys will come out here as we get a fourth dock from Happy the Andy. Oh, Demo. Demo looking for the fish. They see them. You see them. They have to go past this dock to drop off. Because they have to go past a fire. Oh, another fire on the way out. And Chancellor has won this water. Both those fishing ships go down. Only 2 left. And maybe this is the answer that the extra TC paid off more than the dock if all the fishing ships are going to be destroyed. They'll be sinking right to the bottom of this here pond. So dock's blocking the fire here. As another fire comes out for Chancellor. Fire is still retaliating and double vid-axe on the way. Demo comes out. Things in the privacy settings tab. I mean, who knows? Maybe it was an option they removed at some point. But Demo gets a hit. That's a hit, and things still looking good for Chancellor on the water. Those hoping for a reverse sweep might see just the opposite. Might have to use their brooms for a clean sweep. And here comes a Demo. Oh, this will be a good Demo. Even gets the Vil almost. Fire, can they burn the Vil? 2 HP, 1 HP. Oh, and she just goes down at the edge of the range. Oh, can't dodge that fire forever. And now fishing ship's still going down. There's a Demo, but not enough to get a kill. And things looking quite desperate for Happy the Andy on the water, but on land. 76 to 83 Vils. At least he's not too far behind there. No real fishing economy ever got added for Chancellor. And this is, I think, the longest feudal game I've seen. My first click up will be from Happy the Andy. Res collected, still really close. Andy at least has a bit more of a food eco on land, probably. Still taking some hunt, taking some farmers, doing the farms over here. If anyone can explain why Capture Age does these farms a tile off, I don't know. That'd be nice to figure out. This is the second time I've seen a map like this, and I have no idea why it happens. But these farms, they're adjacent to the TC, but it looks like T90 placed them. They're really not that bad. They're actually good farms. Doesn't look like that in game, only Capture Age. Anyway, still fighting intensely for this water, but it feels like Chancellor has won. And with all those fires he has out, doesn't look like he's going to give it up anytime soon. Well, watch streaks was always a thing. They rolled out the changes to maintain them by watching like the VOD of a stream or a clip of a stream if you missed it. I don't know if I can turn off watch streaks from my stream. This is one of those things like the channel points or the hype trains I'd like to turn off to get rid of some of the gamification things. Castle Age on the way. Desperately he's trying to hold. Demo gets a nice hit. Here comes a Demo. And as far as coming forward, we'll have Scale Barding Armor and War Galley on the way for Happy the Andy. And War Galley, ooh, and the weak dock though. Now, no way for Chancellor to know this, but if the fires auto-task onto the dock, and yet he has to repair that to make sure the upgrade comes in. Maybe there's a chance he could get back on the water if he gets the upgrade. But he's trying to protect the Vil with Palisades. And will take some damage on the Vil. 80% sacrifices the Vil to get as much repair as he can. Needed stone walls there properly to protect the Vil, but it does come in. Now there's War Galley. Demo gets the fire ship. With fire ships on the way, maybe now Andy can win this water. I think Chancellor might have to fall back. It is still 4 docks versus 3 now with the upgrade. Well, as 1 dock goes down, it's 3 versus 3 again. Outpost from the forward Vil as the forward castle comes up. That's Wheelbarrow, Tanawat, and Castle Age on the way. 2, 3 TCs. Chain Guarding Bloodlines Horse Collar on the way. Wall's going up. Yeah, I wish I could turn that off. I don't see a way to turn off the crown thing in the YouTube settings. I wish I could turn that off. I think you can turn that off locally as a viewer, but I can't turn it off from what I know as the streamer. That's the thing. I don't want people just like leaving the stream open for some random internet points. I'm sure we'd probably increase viewership a tiny bit if we did that, but I don't think that's healthy for people. So Castle comes forward, Vils will start to construct the foundation. And Knights start to take out the Vils. Floating a tiny bit of gold in, a tiny bit of food. He's ready to click Imp. He's ready to spam Knights. We'll have some Knight spam from Happy the Andy's Lithuanians. As he continues dropping a castle, Vil count's still really similar. Now, Res Collected is still pretty close too, but Chancellor not able to spend them as much. And that could give Andy a lead if he's spending his resources more. Oh, was that a petard on the gate? That just exploded. So Sicilian's castles, they always go up. They go up instantly. Night Raids continuing as another castle comes up on this TC. No fighting over to the east. Vil's just going idle on that wood line, sleeping on the job. Imp, though, clicked for Chancellaro. He is up first. But Res are even. And he's 3 TCs to 4. And Andy's staying castle, I think, should have the better eco. Especially since he has now again won the pawn, getting a couple of fishing ships out. And we'll be taking out these docks. Castle, however, going up. This will be double castle treb production. Sicilians, no bombard cannon for them, but they do have siege engineers as an option to push forward and treb this castle. Who is the favorite to win the tournament? So this is the Silver League here. The highest seed in the tournament is in the main league is freaking Andy, but still has a lot of good players like Doubt, Jordan, Running, Barles, Kingstone, Siscon, who are still remaining in the top 8. So Handcart, First Crusade, and Imperial Age on the way for Chancellor. A gate coming up here, and we'll have Imperial Age on the way for Happy the Andy. As well, that's a nice raid. There's First Crusade. The Sergeants pop out to try to stop the raid. Nice defensive tech, but he's now down 106 to 140. And maybe, just maybe, we're going to see game number 5 here. Those rooting for a reverse sweep might see the beginning of it. You've heard of Silver Onions, but not Silver Leak? Did I say Silver Leak? I meant Silver League. And the Sergeant's going for the Rams. And Chainmail Armor, Pikeman, Bowsaw, and Heavy Plow on the way. Some farms going down. And Elite Sergeant, have I ever seen that? What do they look like? They're going for a swim. They're gonna try to go for a swim here. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Elite Sergeant. I want to check back on their graphics. But for now, Ram push being prepared. Okay, Sergeant's over here too. Not even acknowledging the great joke. I did not understand the joke. Well, push on the castle. Has to be careful about Ram positioning with the Knights, but they are fully garrisoned with Sergeants. So they can ungarrison and fight. Right now, there they go. Knights are forced to re-garrison because it would be an awful fight for them. Try to get one Ram and do so successfully, then run. Ooh, Treb on the way in the back, though. So Happy the Andy up to Imp. 150 to 150 to 99 Vils. Still a good lead for him. Crude as the Lithuanians do chemistry, then Cannon Galleon in this pond. Here knows Elite Sergeant with a fancier shield and a bit more fancy chainmail armor. Fancier shield. The ones on the coast are moving back. Do you have something unique about the hand cannoneers? I don't think so. No, they do not. Not about their hand cannoneers, no. The sergeant goes down there. Sergeant over here. TC shooting him. He'll go down. That's conscription, cavalier, plate parting armor, and chemistry on the way. Cavalier on the way up. Mining camp here for Andy. Marville's on the way out of the TCs. As the Trebs come forward, go for the TC here. Down it goes. Sergeants chase some Vills away. And Cavaliers going for the Sergeants. Sergeants will be overwhelmed by the Cavalier numbers, though. And 5 Trebs here, vulnerable to being picked off by the Cavaliers if they don't have enough pikes there. And the Trebs will retreat. Halb on the way. A Lithuanian player making a play for the relics. There we go. That'll be 2 relics. Ready to be garrisoned as soon as he notices. Plus 2 attack then. More Cavaliers hoovering around. This hasn't been noticed for Chancellor. He is dropping in Vills as he's getting raided. Same time going for a donjon push. Donjon push. Monks need to garrison some walls up over here. TC attacking the sergeants. The sergeants are quite tanky against arrow fire, but Chancellor, with his economy in shambles, he will look back and notice the raids just to see he's dead. His Trebs at the front just being picked off by the Cavaliers and some hand cannoneers. And there's Andy, so who wanted to see a reverse sweep? There we go. Breakfast calling it. Breakfast calling it. It's dad joke level. So military 156 to 89. Better eco, better everything. Eco was close for a long time. For a second, I thought when Chancellor was winning in feudal, he would just win, but Andy held on, got up first, used the castle age timing, and got himself onto the scoreboard. 1-3. See, 1 to Gome, but in a rough spot as Chancellor has all of his home maps left. First sweep incoming. Debus believes. Debus believes. Chap believes, I think. Oh, we've been casting for 2 hours already. This has been a long set, but I guess I gotta get used to that for best of 7s. Long best of 7s. Eludiv is about 200, so it is a big, is a heavy favorite, I think. Haven't been following late. I read that already. Have read that already. Bonus damage resistance to paladins is definitely good for the Sicilians. And Ovoin, hello, nice skirmisher. And here we are, next game. What does that arrow mean? They rematched, maybe? We'll be Treasure Beach next. So a bit of a spec delay, then Treasure Beach. Chinese for Chancellor, Georgians for Happy the Andy. And here I go, having finished my coffee, hoping beyond all hope that there will be a little bit of coffee left. Okay, there's a tiny bit in there. Here we go. Also, we're at the wonderful follower count of 14,069. So thank you for the nice number. I do need more coffee. It's 3 p.m. It's like I need that coffee now. That is a desperate. That was a desperate sip. That was a desperation. I need coffee sip. So happy that Andy will be the Red Georgians to the south. Chancellor, the Blue Chinese to the north. Gotta watch out. We've been talking about predators so far a lot due to that doubt clip yesterday. And crocodiles up here with a charge attack. Pretty nasty at killing vills nowadays. Lots of innocent turkeys down here to be collected for your Thanksgiving dinner. Some shorefish you can take in your base or all the way down here with the oysters. I've seen lots of docks down here that have gone awry due to the crocodiles. Less desperate sip from water, which I am well stocked on. We're not that desperate, tetracycline. Maybe I should just take the lid off and drink directly from the side of the cup. That would actually be the way. Waiting for the nicest set, a best of 69. I'm waiting for a best of 101. There we go. That is the end of the coffee. Oh, Daboos, did you see? Did you see there's gonna be an Enterprise D Lego set? Cute bridge. Bridges are nice. Also helpful when it comes to luring the hunt, because they provide vision next to which the boars do not retreat. Yeah, apparently it's legit and supposed to be announced tomorrow. It was like leaked and they just were like, yes, we're doing it. The initial images I had, I was skeptical of the quality, so we'll see how it turns out. It's supposed to be released on Black Friday, so that might be my... Oh my gosh, Chancellor, go for all 4 of them. Don't leave that poor boar behind. Take him too. $300 to spend. I heard it was going to be like 450. So we will have to do that for an expensive Black Friday. Oh wow, the wall on the boar, so the boar stopped. Boar's chasing that Vil. Vil gonna go all the way around the outside. You don't have the even bigger... Oh, yeah. I mean, this has been a great year for Legos. Like, right there, Cobra Car. Wait, you know what? This has been happening to me so much in Capture Age, where after, like, I select something, and then when it's killed or deleted, like, the mouse cursor has a mind of its own, and for some reason, or not the mouse cursor, like the selection boxes, other things get selected. I wonder if there's something in-game... Oh no, the Vil from Chancellor goes down. I wonder if there's something in-game that causes that, and maybe that's related to the Doubt Scout thing. I don't know. Would have expected it to be more than 300. I would expect it to be much more than that. I remember when Smarthy had that Millennium Falcon. I saw that in person, and it was amazing. Okay, there we go. Happy the Andy, all 4 boars. This is how you know he's pulling off a reverse sweep. When he takes all of the boars, okay, maybe not when the Vil stops. Okay. At least he has the knowledge to go for the attempt. He's not going to be scared. Desperation needing to win, and he is not going to be afraid of luring in many boars all at once. Needs to get them in through the gate. 2 of them run back. Oh no, 2 of them run back. And he needs to shoot them. Where's this boar going? Okay, they're gonna walk back. He went for it though. He went for it, and we have to praise him for the attempt. I have to praise him for the attempt. Ooh, he needed to delete a wall. Instead of using the gate. It's just a palisade and you can bring it back. He needed to go for the delete. Wise delete, I think, from Chancellor, even though he did lose the Vil. And we'll see that corpse. This Vil saying, I don't care. There's a dead Vil there. That is my spot, and I'm taking my spot to take the boar. Lager was already pricey 25 years ago, and it sure didn't get cheaper. Maybe the plan is to buy... I should buy 2 Enterprise Ds, and then, like, 10 years from now, have 1 mint condition in the box to sell. And hope it goes up like 10 times in price. Ahead of inflation. Now, these two poor boars walking back once more to scare the deer and the ostriches out of their cage. Oh, the boar even gonna funnel himself to the back thanks to his random walk. Is losing a vill worth 2 more boars? I'd probably say yes to that. He almost pulled off the 4 boar lure. You gotta give him credit for trying. And he did not lose a vill. So it's the difference between 1 extra boar here for Chancellor and a lost vill. Which, considering it's an extra boar and they're a shorefish, maybe I say advantage to Happy the Andy. Differences, though, differences. He didn't go for the dock. And the shorefish here will buff out the economy for Chancellor. Even though he had a bit of idle time, he's the Chinese. So Chinese plus fishing ships feels nice with only 20 seconds of idle time. He almost, there's the big difference between almost and doing it. That crocodile will take its position on the opposite side of those trees, but the tower rush comes in for Happy the Andy, along with the militia, and Chancellor up later will have to wall this out and take some hits on the scout, from the militia. You really need the boars before castle. Wouldn't be better to build your second TC near the cage? Some players have done that. You do get a bit of an exposed eco if you do it. But I think it could make sense to do it if you like mill your shorefish and dock out here and have all that extra food, then maybe you don't need the boars before castle. Especially if you then mill your berries too. But it is still nice, right? It is still nice to have them. Man, maybe it affects your farm timing or your fish trap timing. With after 8? What is after 8? Deep Space 9 must be after Deep Space 8. But otherwise I don't get the reference. Okay, Man-at-Arms going for the house. Mint chocolate wafers. Food items sound like they would perish over the years. And now we have arson for the Men-at-Arms, but a defensive tower coming up for Chancellor. I mean, the Men-at-Arms turn to go through the Palisade Gate. A weak Palisade Gate. The Vills will house wall behind that, and the archers will start coming forward to continue the pressure. So score lead for Happy the Andy. 500 res collected more, though, for Chancellor. They have been branching out with other flavors, alright. Oh, that sounds painful, Tetracycline. Experience with various ways chocolate can spoil? That's always disappointing. Chocolate should be good, not spoiled. You're definitely getting that Lego set if it's not over $100. It is definitely going to be over $100. One of the best things I gotten years ago, though, was at the NYC Lego store. There was a taxi that was, like, reasonably priced. I thought like the exclusives to the store would be expensive, but no, it was legit great. One of those old yellow taxis. Not a fan of dark chocolate or mint flavored chocolate, so they are literally a nightmare. Oh no. Very worried about Andy's hunt area? Well, there are 2 archers there, and you're right to be worried as the archers find 2 vills. There was a mule cart out there. But Chancellor prepared to look for it. I don't think the spear will be the unit used for stopping archers. Clutching coming in for Andy, but he did lose a couple of vills. Or actually, wait. What is that? Corpse then, if not a villager. Oh, 1-to-1. Sorry, there we go. Now, 2-to-1. Another vill goes down. That was a spear. The vill went down. Oh, on the house. An archer comes around. Trying to micro in 2 areas. Defensive range here with the skirm. The skirm that can camp the TC, so it won't be fought. Won't be fought by the Men-at-Arms. And he leaves the 1 HP vill there. Does not do it. Does not leave it there forever. Our Dark Age stone walls, they are the same as feudal stone walls. They are not lower, they are the same. So skirm's coming around. Some Men-at-Arms running over as the skirm gets some hits down here. Archers behind the wood line hit the vills to force them away. Let's go to chop some trees. Tree, and now tower hitting the house. Archers coming around from behind the wood line. They will hit the vills here from Happy the Andy. He, with the mule cart, will run away. And we'll have padded archer armor on the way for Andy. Trying to keep his archer aggression up, but now he finds himself at a pretty big vill deficit. 39 to 37 vills and no fishing ships to 4. The 4 on the oysters here. Which seems to be pretty slow to collect. So no more fish food, but gold is nice too. And 1 fire galley on the way to run around, but that's not going to hit much. These vills maybe need to finish walling off the mangrove shallows, so it doesn't hit them on the gold. But fire galley not going to find anything it really can deal with. I guess it could sail around the beach here. I don't think the bridge blocks it completely. Maybe it does? I don't know if it's guaranteed to block. Probably it should be, because it looks like it can block. But Castle Age clicked first by the Chinese player, despite the aggression on the outside of his base, with the gate going down. Not much to hit on the inside, had to build the farms to the back, and will now be sending his own vills out to the hunt. Actually has a lot of vills out there already, not something that Happy the Andy is able to hit, even were he paying attention to it. Can the bridge be destroyed? I believe not. I don't think so. Just like a campaign, you can't destroy the bridges. You need some trigger to spawn demos and remove the bridge and create cracked bridges in its place. But no, I don't believe that it is possible. Again, like in Genghis Khan 6. Archer goes down. Archer's here going down. And Castle Age on the way from Chancellor. A couple of sheep coming in, and they'll be lamed by Happy the Andy. But I still worry about Happy the Andy's being stuck here, stuck in the Castle Age. Some villas take the hunt and drop it off at the mill. There he is up. Up, and there's the GG. Andy sees the Castle Age and decides to call the GG. Did Capture Age suddenly put Elos there? Were they there the whole time? Did it just suddenly put him there? That was weird. But your dream of the reverse sweep, I'm sorry chat, but Chancellor will advance to the finals. Breakfast now knows a potential finals matchup. You have a second semifinal tomorrow. Like I said, I might not cast that live because it's super early for me, but I will at least cast the Rex. G. See, Otter wanted to co-cast, but I didn't hear back from Otter. Maybe we'll cast the finals with Otter. Taking notes. That's what I like to see. So that's 4-1 for Chancellor. And it's then a win on Treasure Beach. So there we go. Congrats to Chancellor. Who's saying noted, getting the notes out. Alright. So I do have, let me just double check the Titans League schedule. There's Andy versus Paradox on Thalassocracy. And Breakfast versus Oladushik tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. in 14 hours. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be casting at 5:30 a.m. But we do have quarterfinals Barrels versus Doubt tomorrow at 14 GMT. So maybe my plan, if I did cast that, maybe I could do the Rex of the other quarterfinals before that. Because Friday, I'm not going to have time. I have a doctor's appointment on Friday. Maybe I will be up early to cast that. We'll see. We'll see. One's Turs versus Neil? That's not a thing, right? Turs is out. You said no, you gotta do it later so I can cast it? If you could eke an extra 30 minutes out, at least 10:30 means that I can have time to get a coffee in the morning before it, so hopefully we'll be okay. I'll probably mean a no webcam stream, because I'll be rolling out of bed to do it. But anyway, so thank you all for tuning in. I think this will be it for me today. And we'll find someone to raid on Twitch. So I'll see you all tomorrow. That'll be 10:30 GMT. We'll see if I wake up for that. Oh, Terz in Thalassocracy? Yeah, that'll be... Terz is playing Niaz now in TTL, and it'll be Freakin' Andy versus Paradox in Thalassocracy in 3 hours. Which, as much fun as that is, probably not a very even matchup, so I don't think I'm going to go cast that live. Anyway, let me just swap things over and say goodbye. So, alright, thank you everyone for watching. I'll end on YouTube. See you later, and we'll raid someone on Twitch. TY for stream, TY for watching.